Sin, being a senior and you guys got 3 games in 5 days, is it really just specific opponent game planning now, or are you telling all the younger guys, we got 3 games and it's going to be just go win it with your talent?
No, we just taking it one day at a time. We haven't really looked past anybody or nothing. Right now, focus on La Tech and getting prepared for them. And then after we play them, it'll be I don't even know who we play next. Holy Cross. And so um, just taking it one day at a time, one game at a time, and not looking past anybody.
To that same point, do you kind of like starting out with so many games so quickly just to kind of get everybody in the flow of the season?
Uh, that's a tough one because now when it's all hard games, when they all tough, it's kind of tough when you got freshmen that's still working their way in and getting used to things. So it's good for them to get them in the flow of things early, but it's kind of tough because it's so many games in a quick turn.
Going into your senior year, how much do you think you've changed as a person, as a basketball player, as you start your final year?
I've grown preparing for games, taking that part more serious. I always thought when I first came in, I could just be able to play. Like, I ain't got to watch film. I ain't got to study my opponents or study scouting reports. I can just get on the court and play. Whereas now, I take it more serious with coming in, watching film, spending extra hours, figuring out where I'm going to get my shots at and what the team runs and what my matchups, what his tendencies are and stuff like that. So my preparation has grown more as a player.
Frank talked about your versatility. Said you might play a little power forward, might get in the center just because
Yeah.
everything that's going on out there. Does that put any undue pressure on you, knowing that this is your last year and they might need you to play every spot on the floor?
No, because at one point in time, throughout my career here, I've played just about every spot. So, it's nothing new. I know everything. I know where everybody's supposed to be. I know every position. So it's nothing new. It's kind of fun. I actually like playing the fourth position. I like guarding the post. I'd rather guard the post than guarding somebody on the wing any day.
Earlier, Frank talked about dealing with the unknown factor in these early games. What gives you the most concern? The unfamiliarity with your first opponent, or not knowing really how you and your teammates will respond in this first game because of so many new guys?
I think our biggest focus is us, not so much the opponent. We still have to, focus and study the opponent and, prepare for them and stuff. But I think the biggest thing is us older guys is to lead the younger guys and get them ready for the game and, get them, in the flow and, so I think the biggest thing is our team is making sure our team is prepared for the stretch of games we got coming up.
How much has Frank talked to you about Jacob Pullen and kind of player he was for him at Kansas State?
He's talked about Jacob Pullen, Clemente. He always talks about those guys and the type of player they was and type of leader. And he's compared me to Jacob a lot, with certain stuff throughout my career and stuff that Jacob went through and stuff that I went through. So he's always compared me to him, but just a comparison. So.
With that said, do you think maybe next year and the year beyond, Frank will be telling the kids about comparing them to Sindarius Thornwell?
I hope so. I hope so. I hope when I'm done here, I left a strong enough mark on the program and on the school that people would someday talk about me as being a good player and a good person and compare me to some guys.
You and Dwayne, in particular, as seniors, how do y'all handle the leadership role? Frank made the remark the other night after the game that you do more coaching on the floor than he does. How do you handle being a positive guy but also coaching these guys on the floor because you've got some young post players throughout a game?
It's kind of easy. It's easy when when you're doing the right thing and you're doing everything right. So when you're doing that, you know, the guys automatically just follow you. When they see coach don't, you know, yell at me or cuss at me or nothing like that. So they see that, so they all automatically just, you know, locked in on what I'm doing. So we automatically grab their attention by doing the right thing. So now it's easier for us to help them out and lead them because they see that, you know, coach talk to us different. You know, he don't yell or nothing at us. He you know, with us is a conversation. And so they see that, and that's what they want. They don't want the yelling. They don't want that side of Frank, so they always come to like, what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing this. And a lot of times, you know, some people, you know, kind of scared to talk to coach. You know, so it's easier to come talk to us because we're not going to yell at them. So it's easier because we do the right thing, and they just follow our lead just by, they just want to avoid coach.
More questions? Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks.